Hey, that car coming from the farmhouse, it's heading right
Off the road, Pagan, fast, off the road.
Hey, what's the matter with those jokers? They tried to run us down.
Everest and MacDonald, heading for the Russian zone. Come on. Let me have the wheel, Grisha.
But
Let me have it.
What are you doing now?
I'm going to try and stop that car before it reaches the border.
But the Russian guards, Herr Thurston, they'll never allow you to do
Got
that.
to force that car off the road before they can stop us.
You know something, Mr. X? They stopped us.
Yeah, looks like MacDonald and Everest made the Russian zone. With Operation Zero.
Stay tuned for comedy and intrigue. Hello there, Victor Ives on the Golden Age of Radio Theater, inviting you to join us now because we're going to turn back the clock and relive the golden moments of radio's yesteryear with a couple of the greatest radio shows of all time. First of all, a very special comedy program, Edgar Bergan and Charlie McCarthy. Special because the guest stars, W.C. Fields. Ah, yes. Every time the W.C. Fields and little Charlie McCarthy got together, the sparks flew and the comedy ran rampant. You refugee from a toothpick factory. And other great lines like that. Delivered, obviously, much better by the original. And then later this hour, the man called X takes us to East Germany. But first, it's November 8th, 1942. W.C. Fields is about to guest star on the Edgar Bergan Charlie McCarthy Show.
Edgar Bergan and Charlie McCarthy and Don Amici.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Greetings once again from Edgar Bergan, Ray Noble and his orchestra, Dale Evans, our very special guest, W.C. Fields, and Charlie McCarthy. Hi, Charlie.
Hello, Mr. Amici. Well, where is he? Where is he?
Well, what's the matter? You don't look very happy. You should be pleased that your old friend W.C. Fields is going to be here today.
Yeah. Well, he better not start anything around here, that's all.
Oh, now, Charlie, listen. You've got it all wrong.
Yeah?
Bill loves you. He thinks the world of you.
Small world, isn't it?
Oh, Charlie, look, why don't you forget the past? Forgive and forget, live and let live, hug and kiss.
What's in the jets?
Hale and hearty.
Hit and run.
Yeah.
Charlie. Hello, Bergen.
Yeah, now, your remarks are entirely out of order, young man.
Yeah?
Why, you have no right to say such things as you have about Mr. Fields.
Oh.
Why, he's a fine man.
Why, certainly is. I think you should repent and relent, reform and recant, liver and bacon.
Laurel and Hardy, Jason Sanborn.
Jason Sanborn.
Oh, don't start that darn stuff again.
All right, now, Charlie, when Mr. Field gets here, I want you to apologize for the things that you've called him in the past.
Apologize.
Yes.
I'll do more than that, Mr. Bergen.
Fine.
I'll even apologize for what I'm going to call him today.
You know? Just for that, young man?
I'll slaughter him.
No. Young man, I want you to go over in the corner and think of something very nice to say to Bill Fields today.
I will if Amici comes with me.
And I want you to sit down and say, I'll be very nice to W.C. Fields 100 times.
But Bergen.
Now, go ahead and say it.
All right. I'll be very nice to Bill Fields 100 times. I'll be very nice to Bill Fields 100 times. I'll be very nice to Bill.
Ah, yes. We'll be back to Bergan and McCarthy in just a moment on the Golden Age of Radio Theater. Now back to Bergan and McCarthy.
In fact, it was so lovely. I'm going to do something for you.
Oh, so you're going to do something for me, huh?
Yes. I need friends today.
I see.
Mr. Amici, I'm going to autograph a muscle for you.
Autograph? I don't get it.
Well, Mr. Amici, you will. You see this little outfit here?
Yes, I see it.
Well, now look.
Yeah. Well, what in the world is that?
That's what you call it. It's one of those skin sketchers.
A skin sketcher?
Yeah.
But what? Oh, you mean a tattooing set?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
One of those epidermis embellishers.
Oh, I see. Where'd you get that, Charlie?
Where'd I get it? Well, you
Yeah.
might say it was given to me. It was sort of given. Old man Dugan, you might say.
Oh, so old man Dugan gave it to you, huh?
Yeah,
Well, that's nice of him, isn't it?
Yeah, well, he didn't...
Very nice of him to give you that, isn't it?
No, he didn't exactly give it to me outright, you might say.
Oh, you mean he doesn't know you've got it, huh?
Well, let us say it was more of a trade sight unseen. That's what it was.
Oh, I see, yeah.
What I mean is he didn't see me take it.
Yeah, I get exactly what you mean, Charlie, exactly. You know, it must be very interesting work, this tattooing, Charlie.
Oh, there is. It's very good, it is. It gives me a chance to express my artistic self, you know.
Yeah.
Most fascinating work it is, too.
Yes, I can understand that. I suppose after a while it does get under your skin.
Yeah. Oh, Mr. Meachy. You are the one, aren't you?
What kind of work have you been doing with this skin embroidery set, Charlie?
Well, yesterday I tattooed a Constitution on Schuyler Vance North's back, you see.
Yeah.
But I didn't quite finish it.
Well, what's the matter? Did you run out of ink?
No, Schuyler ran out of skin. Now, how about it, Mr. Nietzsche? Why don't you let me go to work on you? I could do a lovely seascape on your chest, huh?
No, Charlie, I don't think so. The noise of the surf always keeps me awake at night. You see, I have a little trouble sleeping.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, uh-huh.
You try going to bed at nights. You do that.
Yes, I do that.
Well, I tell you what I
Not
could
as a
do.
regular routine, I mean, you know.
You should tell me.
Often enough.
And then I could, you know what I'll do for you, Don?
What?
I'll tattoo a checkerboard on your stomach, huh?
Checkerboard?
Yeah.
Well, what good would that do?
Well, as long as you're going to be awake at night, you could play checkers in bed.
That's a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
Would the color be permanent?
Oh, I use incredible ink, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, would your tattooing last me a lifetime?
Well, it would unless you got a complete retread.
You know, Charlie, I'd like to see your tattooing set work.
Well, thank you, Mr. Nietzsche.
But not on me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, of course, there's always Ray Noble, isn't there?
Yeah. Here we go again.
Here we go.
Oh, Mr. Noble.
Hello, chap. Well, what is it?
Mr. Noble, would you like to do your bit toward advancing a young man in his artistic career?
Yeah.
Well, who's the young man?
It's me.
Oh, no. No, I'm not falling for any of your skin games, thank you.
Skin game? Oh, how did you know?
Well, Charlie, what's the racket this time?
Well, Mr. Noble, I've chosen a career of tattooing, and you have the skin I'd love to retouch.
Well, Charles, I don't know. Are you sure that you're artistically capable?
Oh, why, Ray, how can you ask that?
Well, I
Charlie's
don't know.
pictures are the work of a master.
No,
Yes.
really?
A master.
Thank you, Don. Thank you. Why, someday you may be hung in a National Gallery.
Well, tell me, Charles, just how do you do it?
Well, of course, it's done by electricity.
Yeah.
I imagine.
Look, come on, Ray. Roll up your sleeve and we'll try a picture on your arm besides.
No,
Come on.
No, don't.
Do you have anything in mind, such as a girl's name?
Wait a minute. I've got it. How about your family crest?
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Well,
What is your family crest, Mr. Noble?
Well, as a matter of fact, Charlie, it's a crumpet rampant on a field of damp tea leaves.
Isn't that cute?
That's
Strictly one of
cute.
the oldest families, you know.
Oh, isn't that wonderful?
Yeah.
We could fit you to a T.
Oh, he's a trumpet.
Oh, believe me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, all right, so be it. I shall start crumping. Turn on the juice, will you?
Quick, Watson, the needle.
Stand still, will you, Mr. Noble?
I don't know how I get mixed up in these things.
What's the matter? What's the matter, Ray?
I say, you're tickling me. No, I can't stand it, really.
Stand
No, I can't
still,
stand it.
will you?
I can't stand it.
Well, Charlie. You like that? He can't stand it.
I think
Ticklish.
that applause was unnecessary, don't you?
Believe me, as unnecessary as anything I have ever heard.
I thought he was inadequate in the part, personally.
Completely. Couldn't
Yes.
stand it. It tickles him.
That's disgusting.
That certainly is. Crumpet for a crest.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't burn me up anymore, no.
Well, Charlie, the first customer's gone.
Yeah. But he's not my first, you know. He's my second.
Second?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Have you seen Bergan?
Bergan? Well, now, don't tell.
Yes, I got him when he was asleep.
No.
Right on top of his head.
Oh, no. What a spot for a mural. All right, what's going on here, fellas?
Yes, Your Honor.
Don't say a word, don't say a word. Hello, Mr. Bergan.
Hello, Charlie.
Look, Charlie.
Yeah?
Ask him to take his hat off, will
Yeah,
you?
well, just be patient.
Yeah, but ask him to take
Yeah, I
Ask him to take it
will.
off.
Neat.
Go, ask him to take it off.
All right, I will.
Well, now, why did Ray run out of here in such a hurry? What was the matter here?
Well, Edgar, Charlie started to tattoo his arm, and he just couldn't take it.
Oh, I see. Tattooing.
Yeah.
So that's what you're doing.
Yes, sir.
Well, what's next?
You are.
No, well,
Come on, how about it, Edgar? Wouldn't you like a nice anchor on your chest?
anchor on my chest.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I wouldn't care for that.
Well, how about a stained glass on your bay window?
Well, now, I can't imagine myself walking around with tattooing on me.
You can't.
No.
Well, you haven't seen the top of your head lately, have you?
What do you mean? Top of my head? What do you mean by that remark?
Well, Mr. Bergan, do you remember taking a nap this afternoon?
Yes, well,
Well,
no.
Come on, bend over, Edgar. Let me see your head, will you?
Charlie, did you print something up there?
you're a walking billboard, Bergan.
What does it say, Don? What does it say, huh?
Eat it, Joe's.
You're listening to Edgar Bergan and Charlie McCarthy from November the 8th, 1942. Don't go away. Now more fun with Bergan and McCarthy and WC.
Old friend. Not too loud on that old stuff, please, Don.
An old friend, W.C. Fields. And as the saying goes, old friends, like old wines, improve with age.
Yeah, they improve with age, eh?
Yeah.
Mine's a noggin, the father's ruin.
Well, certainly good to see you again, Bill.
Oh, thank you, Dan.
The name is Don, Bill.
Oh, sure. No, Don Amici.
That's right.
I was going to call you D.A., but folks would think the flatfeet were after me again. I love you, Don. In fact, everybody loves you.
Well, thank you, W.C.
Don, you remind me of my dear old pater. Kindly old gentleman. He used to sit in the living room and spin yarns for hours. Then there were times when he'd just sit in the living room and spin.
Well, Bill, he must have been a remarkable man.
Oh, yeah, remarkable man, Don.
You know, Bill, since we last saw you, there's been an awful lot of water under that bridge.
Yeah, water. That's the place for the ghastly stuff.
Well, Bill, now that you're here, I hope there won't be any fighting between you and Charlie, you know?
Fighting?
Yeah.
Why, Don, you're talking to a new Fields.
A new Fields?
Yes, Don, a peaceful man. I'm full of the spirit of friendship. Every night. By the way, where is the little jockey? I'd like to talk to him.
Well, here I am, Mr. Fields.
Well, Charles McCarthy, my little pal. I missed you, Charles. I've been carrying the torch for you.
I can see it on your nose.
Bright little nipper. Is that a new paint job he has on there? You know, Charles, in spite of some of the things you say, I love you. I love you because you never change. You're always the same.
Thank you.
Always the same, a little rat.
Now, look, fellas, please.
Yeah,
Let's...
Yeah, Charlie, if you would only cooperate and avoid these disgraceful scenes like we've had in the past.
Yeah.
I want you to promise that you will make no remarks.
Oh, all right, Mr. Bergan. I promise.
I'm glad to hear that, Charles. Because I'm here today bearing an olive branch.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah.
You know, Mr. Fields, I have something that might interest you.
Yes?
Yes. You see, I own a tattooing set, Mr. Fields.
A tattooing set?
Yes. And I could give you an awfully good price on a dim-out job on that nose of yours. You know, a little nasal needle point is what I...
Very, you silly little scantling. I'll take my olive branch and dust your ears off. Behind your ears, too.
Well, that's a switch.
He wants to do a dim out on my nose, eh? If I had a match, I'd commit arson on him.
Well, if I had a wick, I'd stick it in your mouth and rinse you out for an alcohol lamp. No.
Charlie and Bill, listen.
Yeah?
Charlie, quiet. Now, Bill didn't come here to fight with you. He's the new Fields, a brand new Fields.
Oh, I got new fields to conquer, huh?
Quiet, Charles, or I shall be compelled to saw you into a xylophone.
Why, listen
Now,
here.
tell me
If I get mad, Bill,
Good evening, ladies
I
and
get
gentlemen.
really
This is
mad.
Parliamentary speaking. It's a great fight for space over here. In this corner we have half-pint McCarthy, and in this corner we have 2-quart Fields.
Yeah, and another thing I do. Charlie, and tell Mr. Fields that you're sorry for what you said. Sorry?
Yes.
I refuse to be a middleman to such a fib.
Dim out job on my nose,
There.
a little fuel.
See, there you go. There you go, insulting me again, Mr. Fields.
Why, Charles is a term of endearment. I'm being kittenish.
Kittenish. Well, I don't like your puss.
Charlie.
You know, I don't think Mr. Fields loves me anymore. That's clear.
I never said I didn't love you. I've got a soft spot in my heart for you. And a corresponding spot in my head. That explains it. Tell me, Charles,
What is it, Mr. Fields?
is it true that your father was a gate-leg table?
If it is, your father was under it.
Half a tick, you birch brain.
What is it, Lantern Snoot?
Are you inferring that my father was a drinking man?
I guess I shouldn't say that. No, your father wasn't a drinking man.
That shows how little you know about it.
You know, Bill, he must have been a remarkable man.
Oh, he was, Don.
Yeah?
Did you know what my partner said to me one day? Pater, that should have been, yes.
Yeah, well, what did your pater say, Bill?
Oh, you really want to know?
I really want to know, yeah.
It was the day I turned 16.
Well, just how old are you now, Mr. Fields?
Well, you might say I'm looking forward to my 40th natal day.
Looking forward.
Yeah.
You're facing the wrong way, aren't you?
Very clever, Charles. Very clever. Why don't you go outside, blood poison, and sit on my buzzsaw? Imagine that little rat who wants to do a dim-out job on my nose.
Oh, now, Bill, look, don't get excited. Remember, Charlie's an orphan.
Oh, yes, an orphan. It reminds me of stale champagne. Go ahead, Don. Ask me why an orphan reminds me of stale champagne.
No pop?
Don, the more I talk to you, the better I like McCarthy.
You were talking about your father, Bill.
Oh, yes. Well, where was Father? Oh, yes, I forgot to tell you, Don. Peter passed away at the age of 104.
Did your father die of old age, Mr. Fields?
Yes, no. He was kicked to death by a horde of infuriated grasshoppers. What's the matter with that kid? Brain warped? If I had a shotgun, I'd make a cribbage board out of it.
Why, you tanker, if I had a torpedo, I'd sink you.
No way, I'll throw a termite on you.
Oh, now, Bill, listen. Your father must have been a remarkable man.
Oh, yeah, remarkable man, Don. He always traveled in the best of circles.
I suppose he was a bon vivant, huh?
Oh, yes. No, Don. One leg was shorter than the other. This was later remedied by an operation which removed a small length of brass rail from under his metatarsal arm. Tell me, Charles, do you have your legs shaved or they just pull the leaves out?
Why, you wizard of snaz, you. I'll push your beezer so far through your face you'll smell coming and going.
Quiet, you squirrel's warehouse.
Let me out of here. Let me out.
ever see a dream walking? Well, it ain't me.
Good grief, Mortimer, just look at those bruises on your face and head. Why, you look positively atrocious.
Yeah, well, thanks. You look pretty good yourself, Mr. Bergan.
Your poor head and those bumps there.
Yeah?
My. It's in pretty bad condition.
Yeah, well, you don't think they'll have to amputate it, do you?
No, I don't think they'll have to remove your head.
Well, I hope not. I kind of need it as a place to keep my hat, you know.
Yeah. What happened? Were you kicked by a mule?
No, it wasn't that.
I see. Fell off a bar?
No. Ask me if I was hit by a truck.
All right. Were you hit by a truck?
No, that wasn't it.
Well, now, how did it happen?
Well, I'll tell you, it was like this. You see, Charlie got me to go into one of them there, wrestling matches.
Wrestling matches?
Yeah. And he covered my face, and I was known as the masked moron.
The masked moron?
Oh, yeah, You can make a lot of money if you stay in the ring, you know.
I see, yeah. Mortimer, didn't you know what Charlie was getting you into?
I don't know.
No, I guess not. What kind of a fool are you?
Oh, my kind, I guess. Charlie said that wrestling was easy.
Oh, you're so gullible.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, is that what it is? Yeah, it is. I'm gullible. I'm gullible. I don't know what it means, but I'm gullible.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you. If Charlie told you black was white, you would believe him.
Yeah?
Yes.
Well, ain't it?
No.
I don't know. I haven't traveled very much, I know.
Well, now, who was your wrestling match with?
A fella called Gruesome Gus.
Gruesome Gus?
Yeah. The Pomona Pulverizer. I see.
Well, isn't he the wrestler who agrees to pay $25 to anyone who could stay in the ring with him 10 minutes?
Yeah, that's the fella, yeah. Boy, them 10 minutes, they sure flew, yeah. And so did I most of the time, yeah.
So you went into the ring with this bruiser and you actually exchanged blows with him?
Well, not exactly that. I just kept the ones that got.
I
see. He said he'd pin my ears back.
Weren't you scared?
No, I thought maybe they'd look better that way.
Yeah. So you started mixing?
Yeah, we started mixing. Next thing I knew, I had a turned-up nose. Turned-up nose, yeah, turned up behind my ear. Oh, I see. Made it pretty hard for smelling, though.
Yeah. Well, now, tell me then what happened.
Well, I don't know. Long about that time, I looked up and I saw a face that I recognized in the third row.
Is that so?
Yeah.
A face you recognized. Who was it?
It was me. Oh, you see.
Don't give up. Well, all I can say is stout fella.
Well, thanks. You're getting a little bulgy yourself. Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm proud that you stood up to him like that. In other words, I'm glad to see that you've got red blood in your veins.
Well, he didn't leave very much of it there. Let's face it, he clobbered me.
It was really bad.
Yeah, I'll say it was. Finally, he got so rough with me that my mask came off.
Oh, your mask came off?
Yeah.
Then what happened?
He got one look at my face and he fainted.
That's the hilarious Edgar Bergan, Charlie McCarthy show from November 8th, 1942. You're listening to the golden age of radio theater. And now, The Man Called X takes us to East Germany. One of the well-known character actors of the 1950s, Gerald Moore, appears as a foreign agent in this program, originally broadcast June 29th, 1951.
Herbert Marshall as The Man Called X. Wherever there is mystery, intrigue, romance, in all the strange and dangerous places of the world, there you will find The Man Called X.
The startling news stunned official Washington. If true, it meant the destruction of 2 full years of top-secret diplomatic and military work. That the entire fate of Western Europe was trembling on the brink of destruction. About an hour after the discovery was made, when a telephone rang in a suite at the Hotel Vendôme in Paris, the man who answered it had no foreboding of the responsibility that was about to be his.
Hello?
That you, Thurston?
That's right. Who's there?
Slade, at the American Embassy. Can you and the chief get over here?
What's up, Slade?
Operation Zero.
We'll be right there.
But that's incredible, Slade.
Incredible or not, Chief, two of the boys in Washington, our number one experts on Operation Zero, have disappeared off the face of the earth. And we've got to find them again before it's too late. Before they wind up in Moscow.
Who are they, Slade?
James Everest, David McDonald.
McDonald?
That's right.
He's an old friend of yours, isn't he, Ken?
Yes, Chief, and there's one thing I'd bet my life on. David McDonald's no traitor.
Well, that's not what the facts say, Thurston.
What do they say?
McDonald and Everest left Washington en route to London. They were going to clean up the last unfinished details on Operation Zero, the Atlantic Defense Pact plans for defending Europe in the event of unprovoked aggression.
So?
So they never arrived. They left the plane at Shannon Island. Haven't been seen since.
When was that, Slade?
12 hours ago. If they're not taking the plans to Russia, we've got nothing to worry about. But if they are, well, we've got to find out.
Yeah. But how? They've got a 12-hour start. They could enter Russian territory anywhere from the Baltic to the Adriatic Sea.
I think we can narrow it down, Chief. MacDonald has a small chalet in France, at Montigny. He spends his summer vacations there.
I'm afraid your friend McDonald's not on a vacation trip this time, Thurston.
Nor is Marshal Petrov.
Petrov? The Politburo's military commander?
Yeah. We heard yesterday that he just arrived in Berlin, remember?
Well, what's that got to do with this? With McDonald and Everest taking the plans of Operation Zero to Moscow?
Suppose I let you know, Slade. From Montigny, France.
Hello there.
Well, hello.
Why so surprised? You knocked, didn't you?
Yes, but I wasn't expecting to find you here, Miss...
I'm Anna Werner.
Miss Werner?
And if you weren't expecting me, then who?
Well, this chalet belongs to a man named David McDonald, or didn't you know?
Oh, sure, but it's a cinch McDonald wouldn't be in Montigny now.
Why not?
Do I really have to tell you, Mr. X?
Huh?
Surprise number 2?
Frankly, yes.
Well, good. It's always easier for me to work on a guy who's a little off balance.
Just what kind of work did you have in mind?
Oh, I've got lots of answers for that one. Suppose we talk them over inside, Maybe I can come up with another surprise or two.
I'll bet you can. Okay. What about those answers?
Well, I'm a freelance newspaper girl, and I got a tip in Paris that McDonald might be wearing a red wolf skin under his sheep's clothing with Operation Zero in one of the pockets. So I came down here to check.
What have you found?
You. McDonald's private hangar out at the airport, empty. That makes the tip sound 24 carat.
You
don't like the story,
Should I?
Well, sure, we're going to work together. And they tell me at the airport that Mac's got a 4-hour start on us. We better get going.
Not we, Miss Werner.
Huh? Okay. I'll stick around for a while. I've got a hunch. I wonder.
I'll let you know.
Yes, do that little thing.
Hello?
This is Mr. Pagan Selschmidt speaking.
Oh.
I'd like to talk to Mr. Thurston, please.
Pagan.
That's right. Pagan Selschmidt speaking. I'd like to... Oh, it's you. Hello, Mr. Thurston.
Where the devil are you? What do you want?
Boy, have I ever got hot stuff news from that McDonald guy. Believe me, this'll knock your head off. Ready? Hey, what happened there, Mr. X?
Sorry, but I did promise you another surprise, didn't I?
Hey.
Mr. X.
Mr. Thurston, do you hear me? What happened? Hey, Mr. X.
Wake up, Mr. X. Please wake up. Ooh, why do you have to stay subconscious like that? Wake up.
What's the Bergan?
That's right, Mr. X, that's right. Boy, what happened to you anyways?
The girl, where is she?
A girl? You mean a girl slugged you like that? What was she, a female wrestler?
Oh, never mind. How'd you get here? Last thing I remember was talking to you on the phone.
Oh, that was from the airport. When I heard something funny over the telephone, I beat it right out here.
All right, Bergan. What was that red-hot news you were talking about?
The chief sent me after you with it. It's about that big-shot Russian military guy, Marshal...
Petrov?
That's him, that's right. The chief said to tell you that Petrov left Berlin on an aeroplane trip a little while ago. He didn't know where to, but it was someplace southwestern Germany.
Southwestern Germany?
That's right. I told you I had really... Does that mean something?
Could mean that MacDonald and Everest are heading for the Russian zone of Germany. And Petrov's intending to meet them.
So what? There's hundreds of miles of borders to the Russian zone. He could be meeting them anywhere.
That's right, but I have a hunch that 3 people know where he is. Know where it is. Everest, MacDonald, and a girl named Anna Werner.
Mademoiselle Werner? Oui, monsieur. The lovely mademoiselle departed from this airport in a chartered plane not 10 minutes ago.
Did she file a flight plan?
Pardon, monsieur?
Or did she tell you where she was going?
Oh, mais oui. Their destination was Le Havre.
Le Havre?
But that's not in Germany, Mr. Thurston. It's on the British Channel or something.
You sure that's where she said she was going?
Mais certainement, monsieur. I remember most distinctly. A very stubborn young lady, mademoiselle. I warned her that she could never succeed in reaching there.
Why not?
There was not enough fuel in the airplane, monsieur. That is why not.
Oh.
At the most, she could fly but 300 kilometers. But she would not listen. A most stubborn young lady. She will never arrive at Le Havre.
I see, but if you'll get me a flight map of Western Europe and a pair of dividers, I think I can show you where she will arrive. There it is, Sonneberg, Germany. The only town in the Russian zone within a radius of 300 kilometers.
And that's where you think she's going, Mr. Thurston, eh? Following those MacDonald and Everest characters?
It's the nearest Russian territory, and it's directly southwest of Berlin.
Hey, that's the direction Marshal Petrov was flying. It really figures, eh, Mr. X?
It's worth finding out.
Huh? But we can't go flying behind iron curtains, Mr. X. They'd shoot us down like clay ducks. If you don't believe me, ask Grisha.
Who's Grisha?
A cousin of mine. He lives in Neustadt, in the American zone, right across the border from Sonnenberg.
Good. Let's pay him a visit.
Sure. Huh? What for?
Well, he's a Zellschmidt, isn't he?
So what's got that to do with it?
Bergan, don't you know you can always depend on a Zellschmidt?
Yeah.
But I'm operating a strictly legitimate business, Herr Thurston. I don't know how to smuggle people across the border into Sonnenberg.
You sure, Grisha?
I swear it by the father of my father, Herr Thurston.
He's a liar, all right. That proves it.
Bergan, you wound me deeply, my beloved cousin. What I say is true. Smuggling watches, American cigarettes, coffee into Sonnenberg. I do these things, yes. But people, never.
Strictly legitimate business.
Yes,
oh, sure.
Exactly. I'm afraid there is nothing I can do for you, my friend.
Too bad. I thought that this, might...
Hey, that's money you're showing.
That? Let me see. 20, 40, 50. Do you know something, Herr Thurston? I've just gone into another business, strictly illegitimate. Well, there is the farmhouse, Herr Thurston. The 2 men who arrived in Neustadt just before you did are in there now.
Thanks, Grisha. Wait here. Come, Bergan.
You think those 2 men are MacDonald and Everest?
It figures. Those pillboxes a couple of 100 yards down the road are the entrance to the Russian zone. They'll probably wait until it's dark and then make a break for it.
So why don't we call in the police or the APs or something? Hey, that car coming from the farmhouse, it's heading right
off the road, Bergan, fast, off the road.
Hey, what's the matter with those jokers? They tried to run us down.
Everest and MacDonald, heading for the Russian zone. Come on. Let me have the wheel, Grisha.
But
Let me have it.
What are you doing now?
I'm going to try and stop that car before it reaches the border.
But the Russian guards, Herr Thurston, they'll never allow you to do
Got
that.
to force that car off the road before they can stop us.
You know something, Mr. X? They stopped us.
Yeah, looks like MacDonald and Everest made the Russian zone. With Operation Zero.
East Germany is the locale of this Man Called X episode will continue in just a moment. Now, back to East Germany and the Man Called X.
Two of the top men in Washington have mysteriously disappeared. Ken Thurston, the Man Called X, has trailed them to Neustadt, Germany, in an effort to determine if they're carrying the Atlantic Pact defense plans into the hands of the Russians. But his attempt to stop them from crossing the border has been halted by the chattering burp guns of the Russian border guards.
So they made it, Ken.
Looks like it, Chief.
Oh, it's too bad. Well, there's nothing we can do about those plans now.
I'm not too sure about that.
What do you mean?
Marshal Petrov flew down to meet him, all right. Pagon's cousin, Grisha, verified that for us.
Well, what of it?
I've a hunch Petrov will fly them to his headquarters in Berlin instead of direct to Moscow. He'll want the honor of taking those plans to the Kremlin himself.
Could be.
Yeah. Yeah, it's too bad someone can't get into the Russian zone before he gets the plans from MacDonald and Everest.
I see what you mean. Of course, there's nothing we can do about it officially.
Oh, of course not. No. And with all the dope the Bureau must have on Petrov's headquarters, too.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But the fact that we know Petrov's got a secret suite on the 12th floor of the Felserhof Hotel, that isn't a bit of help to anyone under the circumstances.
Not a bit. And we probably know where to get some inside help at the Felserhof, too.
Yeah, but even if we do know that the assistant manager there, Vladimir Grigorsky, has been very helpful, cooperating with G2, so what?
Yeah. Well, looks like I better get back to Paris.
Yeah, looks like it, Kim.
You don't mind if I take my time, dear Chief? Look around the country a bit first?
Oh, no, not at all. No, you've got a vacation coming. Take your time. Take plenty of time.
Thanks, Chief, I will. Be seeing you.
Oh.
Hello, Miss Werner.
Oh, well, fancy meeting you here, Mr. Thurston.
How'd
and
you
in
find
a phone booth of all things.
How did you like the eavesdropping?
Oh, it was excellent. These phone booth walls are paper thin.
Yeah.
And how lucky for you.
Is it?
Yes. You see, I am your only hope of getting to Berlin in time. Or didn't you know your plane had been sabotaged?
No, I didn't, but there'll be others.
Oh, I'm afraid not. I made it my business to be sure that no others were available.
You're a busy little bee, aren't you?
Well, that's how bees make honey. And I expect to make a good deal of honey syndicating this yarn when it's all over.
So you're still trying to play newspaper woman?
Of course.
Wasn't that tap on the head you gave me a little out of character?
Not at all. You were obviously determined not to let me go along with you, and I was just as determined to get the story. Even if I had to... What's the cliché? Go to any lengths to get it?
And you expect me to believe that, too?
I'm afraid you'll have to, Mr. X. If you expect to get to Berlin on time. Well...
Okay, Anna, let's go.
Look, Mr. X, so that cookie Anna flew us into Berlin. That don't mean we have to go into the Russian zone with her.
We are not Pagan.
Well, that's a relief.
We're going in alone.
Oh, sure, that's the ticket. We're going... Alone?
Yeah, we got some business with the assistant manager of the Felserhof Hotel. Name of Vladimir Grigorsky.
I am certain that you will find these accommodations all that you desire, comrade. However, the tenants on this floor, particularly Marshal Petrov, are very sensitive to any form of disturbance. That's why I bring you up in the service elevator. You understand? comrade.
I understand, Comrade Grigorsky.
There, I was certain that you would. So, the 12th floor. This way, please. At the far end of this corridor is Marshal Petrov's private suite. This room is one he reserves for special guests. So, now I have done all that I can do, Mr. Thurston. I believe that the American McDonald will come to this room. But here, one can be certain of nothing. From now on, your actions must be your own responsibility.
Thanks, Grigorsky. I'll take over from here.
One more thing. What about your man, Zelsmith? I can keep him hidden for perhaps an hour, but then the manager comes on duty.
Then an hour will have to be enough. If I'm not out of here by then, get Pagon back into the Allied zone. You'll phone what's happened to the chief.
Very well, Mr. Thurston. As you wish. I should like to say something, but what is there to say except perhaps good luck?
Hello, Mac.
Ken!
That's right.
What the devil are you doing here?
You don't need an answer to that.
You're a fool.
What about the plans for Operation Zero, Mac?
You'll never get out of here alive.
What about those plans?
Should have known you'd follow me. Ken, I haven't got him. I didn't bring him with me. I couldn't. Swallowing their lying propaganda, getting sucked into their filthy, rotten scheme.
What happened?
It's the old story. Jim Everest sold me. I was to get copies of Operation Zero, and we'd take them to the Russians. Oh, yes, I was helping to be the savior of the entire world.
What changed your mind?
Everest and a couple of his comrades. The night we were to leave Washington, they couldn't help boasting, and... Well, I guess I woke up.
Too late then, wasn't it?
Sure, sure. If I tried to break away, they'd kill me, and Everest would still be in Washington building up another sucker. This way, at least, he's been tagged for what he is, and Operation Zero is safe.
Yeah? But what about you, Mac?
Well, what do you think? I've stalled Petrov so far, but I'm supposed to be getting the plans now. And when he learns that I haven't got them, well, it means curtains for Everest and me. But, Ken, you've got to get out of here before he finds you.
Suppose we both take a crack at it. The service elevator's only a few feet down the corridor. Come on.
Ken, I tell you...
Come on.
Going somewhere, comrade?
Petrov!
If so, I would not advise it.
You'd better follow that advice, boys. Comrade Petrov's an awfully quick man on the trigger.
Well, Anna.
Another surprise, Ken?
No. You're obviously fighting a rearguard action for Everest. The only paper you could report for would be Pravda.
And quite a story it will make, too. Not only have we uncovered the traitor McDonald, but we have captured the rarest of prizes as well. The man called X.
You haven't anyone yet, Petrov! Ken, run! Run! Oh,
You stupid fool. Did you actually believe that you could...
Let's have that gun, Petrov.
Let go!
Let go!
Thank you, Anna. My dear.
I told you were a fool, Ken. Look what it got you, coming after me.
Oh, things aren't too tough, Nick.
Are you kidding? Me with a bullet in my side and you with your shoulder in a sling and underarm guard here at the Leninstrasse Hospital. How tough do things have to get?
Grigorsky knows what went on at the hotel, but you didn't have Operation Zero with you. You'll send Pagon into the Allied zone with the news.
Okay, so you did your job. But the NKVD's going to pick us up today and take us to Moscow, and you know what that means?
They're not there yet. And they've been in the hospital 24 hours. Chiefs have plenty of time to get to work on it.
Oh, sure. Sure, I suppose he's going to walk right in here and take us out. You hear that? It's the secret police. What can the chief do now?
Easy, Mac, easy.
Prisoners, we are from the NKVD. You are now in our custody. We have orders to transport you to Moscow.
Grigorsky. And look who else. Boy, I bet you're glad to see us, eh, Mr. X?
On your feet, prisoner. You have no time to waste. On your feet. Are you both able to walk, Mr. Thurston?
I'm okay. What about you, Mac?
I couldn't walk with a live coal skin if it meant getting out of here.
That's a cinch. We got forged secret police papers, private ambulance without waiting for downstairs. Cinch. I hope.
We shall have to hurry, Mr. Thurston. He may be discovered at any moment.
Oh, don't say things like that.
All right, let's go.
There is the ambulance now, Mr. Thurston.
Okay.
Wait. Ken, look. There, coming toward the ambulance entrance. It's Petrov.
Petrov?
What do we do?
We'll have to make a break for it. Come on.
You there! Why are you running? Stop those men. They are coming. Stop them.
Get in, all of you. Get in.
All right, Mr. Thurston, we are in.
Okay, here we go. How does it look back there?
They are still about a block behind, but gaining fast.
They'll catch us. They'll catch us.
They'll have to hurry, Pagon. There's the American zone dead ahead.
But look, wooden barricades, armed guard. We cannot get through.
I wouldn't bet on that, Grigorski. Hang on to your hat.
We're gonna crash. We're gonna crash. What do you know? We made it.
Looks like it, Pagon.
Not all of us, Mr. Thurston.
What? MacDonald?
Yes, he.
Oh, the poor guy.
Well, at least he died with a clean conscience, which is more than you can say for some others back home.
Others?
Yes. Traitors, saboteurs, trading in American lives. Wonder how they're going to feel when their time comes. How happy they'll be when they have to face their conscience and find it black and red.
Thus ends our Man Called X episode from June 29th, 1951. In just a moment, I'm going to try to answer a question from a listener in Miami, Florida, about the Hungarian giant? A listener in Miami, Florida wants to know if I can tell her about a program which featured the Hungarian giant. Well, the closest I can come, and I confess I know nothing of this program, and I never heard of it, there was a show called Cloak and Dagger. It was directed by Sherman Marks, and I'm told that Raymond Edward Johnson, well-known radio actor, played the Hungarian giant, and an actor named Gilbert Mack played Impy the Midget. This is described as a drama in the book The Big Broadcast, 1920 to 1950, by Frank Buxton and Bill Owen. They don't say too much about it, and it's one I never heard of. Hope that answers your question, however. The show was The Cloak and Dagger. The Hungarian giant was Raymond Edward Johnson. Sounds bizarre. Well, that's it for this golden age of radio theater. Victor Ives speaking, thanking you for being with us and for sharing some of the greatest radio shows of all time. We'll be back on this same station. Tell your friends.
For a copy of today's program, call 1-800-326-0296 and refer to show number 24. That number again is 1-800-326-0296. And remember to refer to show number 24.